thing to question answers and to be rebellious, right? And they're two different things.
Right.
To question answers and to be rebellious. This is more about questioning. I found. I'm not telling you. That's what I'm thinking. Is that the case for you? Because a lot of it, it seems like you were saying, this is what you told me. Runaway is a song where you say, all right, here's what I thought it was, or what you told me it was. It ain't like that anymore, right? So I want to talk to you about the mood of this record and the fact that there is a lot of questioning for the sake of not being rebellious, but learning.
I definitely think that being rebellious is a part of life, but if you really want to be a rebel, then you question everything that comes up to you and not go out and try to fight it, but try to understand it and learn it. And that's really how you can understand it and consciously make the right decision to question it the right way.
Is that one of the things that tells you when you're starting to...
And let's go for a ride in the reading.
Okay.
And gentlemen, and 4.
Okay.
2.
So then is that one of the signs that you are growing up when you realize that it's more to rebel? And when did you realize that, hey, you know what, we don't just have to pick fights?
Probably somewhere during my college experience. It was like I went to art school. I went to a school where we basically did a lot of painting, and you'd have to take something that you worked really hard on and put it up in front of a class in front of 30 people, and just let them rip it to shreds. And you'd have to form an opinion of what you did and keep your personal feelings out of it. And that's something that is a big probably something that helped me grow a lot. And that's something that helps us when we write music, you know what I mean? Because like when I come up with a part and I bring it to Chester, I'm like, hey, this is what I'm thinking for these lyrics. Like, is that cool? He's got to be able to say, this is what I like and this is what I don't like, and I have to be able to just take that and say, okay, and he has to do the same thing. Everybody has to do that.
Is it difficult to do that? Because, I mean, you write a riff or you write a lyric and you feel, hey, this really is what I want to get out, but the rest of the guys don't feel that way.
It can be. I mean, initially, when that kind of issue comes up, initially it can be. But what's really good about working with multiple people who have just as much talent as the other person, it's like I can say that, and then Mike will be able to come back at me and say, well, we can say that, but we can find another way to say it that might come across better, or maybe won't be as definitive and maybe a little bit more vague, because that's what we try to do. We try to make an outline for somebody to actually fill in the blanks for themselves, and create the story for themselves.
We each have our own little like quirks that we kind of like will lean towards one style of writing, and that may not be the best way. Like he said he may write something that's really like straight ahead, whereas I might write something that's really like what our producer Don would say, poor me. Like I write a lot of stuff that's just like, oh God, I'm so bummed or whatever. But we find a way to put those things that are a little more, hopefully a little more intelligent than like just whatever comes out of your head, and work with them a little bit and come up with something we're really proud of.